That is correct, Sonia and Darren. That is the good news. The suspect is in custody. He has been identified as 22-year-old James Edwards. Now, this all started about 1 o'clock this afternoon. There was a report of a burglary in an RV on Pond Point Road in Milford. When police got there, the man inside, again, James Edwards, would not come out of the RV. He did eventually escape out the hatch at the top and took off into the marsh. That began this huge manhunt. And joining me now live is Officer Jeffrey Nielsen with the Milford Police. Now, this started out small. You said it got a lot bigger, though.
Yes, it did. Originally, we received a complaint that the person had broken into an RV motorhome on the property of a Pond Point Avenue residence. The officers got there. They found that the male was inside the RV. He refused to open the door for the officers. As the officers tried to talk the person into opening the door, he eventually climbed out the roof hatch and fled on foot. The officers followed that male to a marsh area at Gulf Pond, which is a heavily thick wooded area in addition to the marsh. While we were looking for the male, we had received additional information that he was possibly armed with a knife. Computer information relates that he was possibly in possession of a firearm, and then a family member relayed that he possibly had a serious medical condition that we were concerned about. Based on that, as the investigation progressed, additional resources were added into the investigation, including canine teams and the assistance of a helicopter.
Right. A lot of neighbors in the area said they saw huge amounts of police, that helicopter, the canine units. You have a man who either may have a knife or a gun, is in a bad area, it's a marshy area. How did the police deal with that?
Well, the investigators that were on the scene, most of them paired up in teams of 2, and the canine teams, and we checked the area slowly and carefully. Some of the area that we already kind of gone through is where the male was actually found, so it shows how thick and dense that area was.
And tell us how you eventually did get him into custody.
Officers and a police canine team had found the male in an area hiding. They told him several times to come out of the area and display his hands and make sure he wasn't possessing any type of a weapon, which he refused to do.
And so the canine went in?
Yeah, the officers and the canine went in. The man was restrained with the police dog until he was taken into custody by the officers.
Thank you so much, Officer Neil. I appreciate that. Nielsen, yes. I appreciate that. So again, the suspect is in custody. Some parents we spoke to in the area, though, felt that the schools should have been put in lockdown with all of this going on. That did not happen. We'll have more for you on that coming up at 6 o'clock. Live in Milford, Annie Rourke, News 8.